All right, okay. Now, in all seriousness, and this is a serious subject, let's talk about Tex Walker because it has been a horrendous week for football.
It has, yeah.
I'm not talking about Tex Walker in particular. I'm talking for football and the fact that it's 2021 and we still haven't grown up.
Former captain of a footy club being fined $20,000, suspended for 6 weeks. The last 3 matches of this year, the first 3 of next year. There's still some debate still to be had. Does he actually return? That's the one public statement Taylor Walker has made since being found guilty of this racial situation that evolved out of a Sandful match.
Talk us through this.
Okay, Taylor Walker's circled there. The game was played locally. Obviously, Crows are playing against North Adelaide, and there was a comment made by Taylor Walker, which we're not going to even allude to here, but it was overheard or heard by a member of the Crows coaching staff, training staff. And I think, TJ, if there's one small positive to come out of this, it is the fact that this footy club has dealt with it the way it did. It obviously addressed it internally and then referred it to the AFL. And I think that is part of the process that we're not going to tolerate this. In other instances, in other examples, it may have been attempted to be swept aside given the nature of it. And I think that's one thing the industry can take out, that the AFL did oversee it after it was referred to it by the club.
Okay, so you say the club's handled it well.
Yes.
But Kane, there's one key component missing in all this, isn't there?
I can't believe he hasn't spoken publicly, Taylor Walker. Now, as difficult as it would be and as distraught as he is, and we all understand that he has to have faced the media by now. This finding was handed down on Friday morning. We are Sunday morning now, and how fast the media cycle moves. He hasn't sat down and spoken and explained his side of the story and shown his remorse. He's left that to Matthew Nicks, which we'll get to, who was distraught. He's left it to Tim Silvers, the new CEO of Adelaide. He has to speak to Taylor Walker. He has to. And the longer he doesn't, the worse this gets for him and his reputation.
Okay, so in what forum would you like to see that, Kane? Like a media conference? Like, you know, I don't want to reopen old wounds, but when Eddie Maguire was caught up in a racism storm, there was a media conference. There was about 30 cameras and 60 journos there, right? And he faced the music for about 45, 50 minutes. Taylor Walker, has it got to be similar to that? I mean, you can't just go into a cushy radio studio with a couple of mates, surely.
Well, that's my concern. My concern is he's going to speak with Triple M, to Mark Ricciuto, his business partner and mate and board member at the Crows, and Chris Dittmar, and it'd be an interview like that. It has to be, as you say, open it up, like Matthew Nicks was forced to do on Friday in tears. But and this also caught my attention a little bit on Friday morning with Mark Ricciuto had this to say about the incident.
Good strong words by Tex, which he needed to do. He's owned it, and now he's got to live it. So this is going to be a good lesson for everyone, because there's a lot of casual racism that happens out in society, and we laugh about it at times, but we all probably don't realise how much damage it does really cause. As I said, we all need to learn from it.
I think the healing process, that's the start of it, I think, for a lot of people, which will take a long time when Tex does pour his heart out to the football industry and falls on his sword in a sense to say, I don't know why it came out of my mouth, but I can't apologise anymore. But a lot of people feel, can he play again? I hope he does, because I think that'll also help the healing process, that this isn't the last time we remember Tex Walker for, and that he continues to play on next season.
Can I just ask, referring to Mark Ricciuto there, Kane, what is the definition of casual racism?
Well, I think he's trying to lessen what was said. Can we just say, and Damo said we won't repeat what was said, which we won't. Can I just say this wasn't casual racism? This was as vile a comment as you could make. So let's not lessen it by saying Taylor Walker has good relationship with Indigenous teammates. Let's not do that, and I've heard that a couple of times, and certainly don't refer to it as casual racism. It was anything but that. This was the worst of the worst.
I think that phrase has got to be removed full stop. I think that has been a learning out of the AFL examples of racism, which have been public, very significantly public since 1995. But it wasn't just the comments made by Mark Ricciuto, Kane. It was also, to me anyway, the AFLPA referring in its statement to not Taylor Walker, but Tex. And again, we just highlighted one paragraph there. There's 2 other references to Tex. I don't feel that statement was strong enough. I mean, the AFLPA puts out statements when fans of footy clubs say and do things, and they call for life bans, and that's all well and good. But now this has happened to one of their own, and I felt that statement delivered Friday wasn't as strong as it needed to be at that point in time, given it came out after the AFL?
What did you want them to
released
say?
its something a bit more stronger than the references to Tex.
Like the Crows have been.
Like the Crows have been. I mean, the Crows could not have been stronger. I don't think the Crows could have been stronger. I think the AFLPA could have been stronger. And to your point too, Lotto, at one stage, and it's not a priority now, and it's well down the track, but Taylor Walker, as part of this whole process, does need to have some support given his way. But I'm talking well down the track. But it is all part of this overall situation.
Yeah. I just don't know what can be done to stamp it out. It's just, Eddie Betts had the wristband, the plaster tape with it on there. And I mean, I just hope that, children your age, for example, grow up in a generation where it's completely unacceptable. But unfortunately, when they're hearing stuff like this, it's hard to sort of like get their mind in that mindset where it's not acceptable.
Well, we can't stop the public, unfortunately. We should, but that doesn't surprise me when comments are put towards Eddie Betts and these type of guys. But when it's coming from someone within the AFL fraternity, that's what shocked everyone. I never thought we'd see that again.
No, and let's hope we do never see it again.